Hello friends, and welcome back to our Daily Women's Devotional. I Am Loved, edited by Kaylin Rathbun Sutton. Today is June 21st, and the title of our devotional is Burned Out, written by Alicia Harris. The Bible verse is found in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 9 and 10. There remains then a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from his. Alicia writes, I started off the day like any other, woke up, got dressed, and brushed my teeth. Then I headed to the kitchen to greet my mother. Gazing into her eyes, I saw a look of fatigue. The thought immediately crossed my mind. Does she often look this way? Or is this something new? On this particular day, there was an outreach program going on at our church, and of course my mother had volunteered as she always did. At the event, I carefully watched as she ran around assisting others, never once taking a break. After a busy day, she finally arrived back home. My mother slumped down on the couch and turned on the TV as I cuddled up next to her. At that moment, I felt content. Seeing her taking the rest her eyes had so clearly told her she needed. Then, suddenly, her phone rang, and I heard her say with a sigh, "All right, I'll be right over." I watched as she grabbed her shoes and headed out the door. The fact that my mother consistently gives up her time to help those in need is a trait I admire so dearly about her. Yet, years later, I learned the idea of self-compassion. Self-compassion reveals the value of taking care of oneself. As Christians, we focus on the aspect of serving because the Bible tells us to. Of course, part of our duty as Christians is to serve one another, but we cannot forget also to take care of ourselves. Jesus set a prime example of taking time to rejuvenate when he stressed the importance of rest to his disciples. Ellen White writes in The Desire of Ages, they had been putting their whole souls into labor for the people, and this was exhausting their physical and mental strength. It was their duty to rest. Jesus showed that it is okay to reserve time for ourselves. In fact, it is needed. Far too often we strive to be the perfect person and hold a reputation of selflessness, so much so that we start to neglect our own lives. In order to fill the cups of others, we must ensure that we have enough water in our own. Alicia Harris, at the time of this writing, was a junior communication major attending Union College in Lincoln, Nebraska, United States of America. She is originally from Denver, Colorado, where she grew up. At a young age, she realized her passion for writing and is always looking for ways to expand her writing experience. God decided to share his Sabbath rest with us because he knew that we'd be so busy working and pleasing others, working for God, that we definitely needed a day to rest, to meditate in his love and what he's done for us. Thank you, Lord, for the rest that you give us where we can meditate in your word and refocus our energy to go back and do it again the next day. I hope that you guys are blessed. You enjoyed today's devotional, and I will see you again tomorrow.